All right, now I think I'm streaming in the right place. I started streaming from my real crypto profile on YouTube. So no wonder things weren't going as planned. All right, good morning, everybody. We got our buddy Kodak in here doing some moves. I think that's a pretty interesting deal. For well, I guess everyone. Hey, what's up, Rob? Yeah, I kind of like the Kodak thing. It's pretty cool. Not doing anything with it. Thought about some options. I don't think anyone really knows what to make about it yet. Make of it yet, I guess is a better way to put it. Market kind of taking a difficult open, making the best of it. It's down about 1% early. Now it's only down 0.6. So trying to make a comeback. We'll see if that's going to happen. Not a lot up on the actionable list. Sorry, not a lot of movement on the screen. Hey, Justin, what's up, Julius? Kodak is a pump and dump scheme. Kodak insider trading actually just coincidental interest in film photography? What does that mean? Your friend sold all of his stocks. Well, that means we should buy. Is your friend known for being a big stock seer for the future? Market usually doesn't go lower when a lot of people think it's going to go lower. Google it. All right, let's Google it. Let me get, hold on, I messed up all my windows, so I've got to try to get them back. Read the Hedge. Not familiar with that one. We'll see what weirdos on Reddit have to say. Oh, second one? It was Read the Hedge. Acknowledging he knows how bad this looks, a good friend of Trump family said his purchase of $20 million in Kodak shares just prior to government's announcement. Wow. Gotcha. That's awesome. Yep, definitely insider trading. Well, look, it goes on every single day. It just happens. Doesn't mean that it's good or bad. It just happens. You just deal with it. It's kind of like traffic tickets. You're like, all right, I got a traffic ticket. Okay, Donji knows how this looks. A good friend of the Trump family said today his purchase of 20 million shares in Kodak shares just prior to the government's announcement. How funding was a coincidence related to his sudden absorbing passion for classic film photography. Gene Salazar, a Marigold member and regular golfing partner of the president, said that the move to buy millions worth of Kodak stock shortly before it shot up 300% just struck him early this morning while he was out walking and definitely not receiving a private call from Donald Trump Jr. regarding the administration's planned move. I mean, honestly, if you told me that Donnie would completely out of nowhere throw three-quarters of a billion dollars at Kodak to produce drugs, I wouldn't have believed you anyway. Is this the Onion? I think this is the Onion. Yep, there you go. Santa Claus announces that naughty children will receive oil as North Pole reaches storage deal with OPEC. It's the Onion. It's pretty cool. It's exactly what I would write. I guess they say invest in what you know and love, and I love photography. Even though Kodak doesn't make film anymore, it just felt right, and I was rewarded. When pressed on whether he would hold on to the shares as a show of trust in Kodak's pivot from film manufacturing to government-owned medical enterprise, Salazar was not so sure. Perhaps tomorrow I will develop a passion for disease eradication and invest in a small biotech company in Utah that is about to announce a vaccine trial. The SEC operating out of the abandoned husk of a blockbuster in suburban New Jersey. Ah, this is great. This is brilliant. I can't say it's not correct, but it's let's see what Reddit says. This is great. And not so good. Okay. All right, stock market 0.73%. Kodak up 25. NIO still up a little bit. NIO doesn't want to go down. Want to go down to NIO? No, it says. Morning, Mahale. How's the market? Market's the market. Still holding up so far, Mel. DXY short-term bottom. What's it going to do to our GLD and our SLV? Yeah, SLV. Oh, look. Two big whatever those are. I don't even know what to call those. What do you call these? What do you call those? Big FUs? That's my trend line. There we go. Big bobbles, big something or other. How about what's down here today? Not much. Silver, Signature Bank of New York, Genus, ServiceNow. Mel's thinking chop, then we'll see consolidation, Effery. Yeah, I mean, I think everything's on the table right now. See, it's the end of July. Can you believe it? The end of July. It's 115 here yesterday. Actually, I didn't mind it that much. Not in the shade. In the sun, it kind of feels like you're in Donald Trump's tanning bed, but in the shade, yeah, not too bad, at least for me. But yeah, I believe it's already the end of July, going to be the beginning of August soon. That means election season's just around the corner, which I don't know if that's why we're starting to see some of this distribution, but could be why we're starting to see some of this distribution is we're going to have election season coming up. Trump's election is not 100% certain. There's a lot of uncertainty out there regarding it. And so, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Trump wants to postpone. I don't think he can. Trump wants to do a lot of things. We'll see what happens. If he is able to postpone the elections, that is very strange. I don't know what the law is on that. I did watch some post that someone put on in the Slack channel about a Burt Bart interview where he's asked if Trump can postpone the election. He's like, I don't know. I've never been asked that, so I don't know. Um, and then the host said, actually, he cannot postpone the election, so hopefully he cannot. Election shall go forth every 4 years as mandated. Generac generators 9% earnings pop. Did really good. 1.4 versus zero point 0.9 estimated, so that's excellent. D-Dog, nice little consolidation. Weekly chart looking excellent. Why do I have a random trend line here? That must be an old target. I think it is. Can get rid of that. Looks like support of the 50-day moving average. I think we discussed this last week. I think the day after it occurred, we had a few stocks down there at the 50-day. Okta, not doing too bad. Square, our buddy Square, been consolidating since earlier in the month. Not looking too bad at this area. Pretty good volume this morning. We'll see if we get some upside progress. Square could be a good trade, at least on the day if the market gets healthier. Iffy, not too bad. How's Net doing? Pretty good. Net managing higher lows. Restoration Hardware is just toit. Super toit. Super, super tight. Pretty interesting right there. And then everything else slightly red. So we're not drifting away too far. Oh, AMD's negative, down 0.23%. Sell it. Just sell it. So good reaction on earnings. Looks like it beat earnings. 11 or 12 was estimated, got 18. So that's about a 50% earnings surprise, which is good. DocuSign yesterday trying to get above the trend line. I think this was like a 9-day pocket pivot. I see a lot of 9-day pocket pivots. I'm not sure what that means though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, see this one is not lower than that green day. This is higher volume, so not a pocket pivot. Am Apple, Amazon, Facebook earnings after close today? I don't know. Is it? Are they? 7:30. That's right. Amazon, 7:30. Facebook. Has to be coordinating this stuff. 7:29 earnings, 7:30. Yep, there you go, Julius. So that's pretty much all of the market, at least in terms of market cap. Most of it. So Nasdaq's going to have a hell of a day tomorrow. Hale yesterday bought PayPal. Oh, didn't know it had earnings? Yeah. Let that be a lesson to you, my friend. Always know your earnings. Always know your earnings. Did a good job. Didn't really, and didn't necessarily so far have the greatest reaction. Hopefully we can hold the gap and continue upward. So Julia's saying short the Nasdaq on earnings. Rob's saying go all in TQQQ. Bit of a divergence in the chat here regarding what direction we should go. That's a better reaction to earnings. Let's check out global watch list. CTSH, Cognizant. I forget what they do. Not looking too bad in this area. Could be a long-term turnaround play. Obviously, Corona got in the way. There has been quite a few gaps up. I mean, the news doesn't get much worse than, hey, economy's dropping by a ton. O'Reilly earnings. Yeah, very true, Rob. Yeah, very true. Shen, Alexion, INVA, looking for something. Long-term turnaround for Xilinx. Looks like you already broke it, and I kind of missed it. Yeah, broke long-term turnaround on Xilinx here. This was a pretty good leader in 20, looks like 18, first part of 2019. Trying to get its mojo back. Can't say it won't. Earnings 7:30. Yeah, well, that's true if you guys remember my talk yesterday about the money pot or the money hole. Everyone did buy Apple products with the stimulus checks. Absolutely. So Xilinx could be added to my long-term turnaround list. It's a little bit, whoops, that is a good long-term leader though. So Xilinx already kind of extended from the trend line, unfortunately, but Procter and Gamble all-time highs. Go hand sanitizer. AMD still moving in the right direction. Twilio too. Look at that. Respecting the channel pretty nicely. Right in the middle of the channel at the moment. Kind of hard to get a beat on it, but Twilio has earnings coming up 8/4, so next week. VFF, handy little cup right here. That's a nice little cup. Earnings 8/10. Could be a long-term turnaround play. I don't like it retracing all the way back down to the lows and even undercutting, but that was Corona, so may not be too bad. But even still before then, it was getting all the way back down there. Not a big fan of that particular action. Like it to hold up higher. Newer AMBA. All come up 10. Earnings, I'm assuming. Got to be earnings. There's our breakout from a cup and handle. Could be a breakaway gap. Volume today, pretty heavy. Really heavy. Already average. Almost average. Eli Lilly down significantly. Blink, that's a electric car company, right? Blink Charging, yep. Partnership with Unis Energy and Nissan Nick, whatever that is. Yeah, they've actually been around for a while. You can see on the chart here for years. Yeah, they've been in Arizona. We actually at my local grocery store, we have some Blink chargers. The local grocer. It's funny, they put in like 4 or 6 chargers, and then I looked over one day, they only had two. Now they have one. So they're not doing so hot. But I think their investment in that charging infrastructure is probably a good thing. Wow. Only got started with Tesla's run. See, remember I mentioned institutions missing out? Now they're spreading their money across the entire industry, and I think Blink is a good example of that. They do have a because they are a nationwide business from my understanding, and yes, you can just see the institution of money washing across the electronic vehicle industry. It's just everywhere. D-Dog 3.49. Good volume this morning. Support at the 50-day right there is not bad at all. 8.6. Today's Thursday, so that's a week. Earnings is a week away for D-Dog. So still kind of in a holding pattern for a lot of these. INSG with a pretty good day yesterday. Look at the volume, just absolutely massive. That's super good. Unfortunately, earnings coming up also 8.5. So earnings coming up in a little bit for INSG, but just got a pretty big vote of confidence here by investors. Unusual options activity in Inseego. Uh, and Seagull calls are also active by the August 15 calls. Traders are buying the August 15 calls. So they're expecting an earnings pop. So down 5% today, a little bit of a discount. So I can have some older targets way up here. Oh, that's a trend line. There's a target up to the $20 level. So 15 would give you basically, if you get to 20, that would give you a $5. You're paying $1.10 for that, so that's excellent. But that's August 21st. Not a tremendous amount of time for this thing to get up there. Definitely going to have a big move, but there's always people interested in every single stock around earnings time. So that's nothing too surprising that you're going to see a little bit of interest in options activity. Peloton, 5% down today after looking good yesterday. Nah, not too good yesterday. Also earnings 8.5. NIO down a little bit. All right, caving in here. Okta, AMD, Kodak only 12% up now, coming back down a lot. All right, looks like we're back down 1% on the NASDAQ. So definitely chopping around here a little bit, a lot more than normal. I don't think we've seen this much chop in almost the entire run. Before we make a new high, you've got about 13 days right there. Here you've got 13 days to a new high. Here you've got 11 days to a new high. Here we're on day 17 without a new high. So definitely a difference in behavior from the NASDAQ, which is why it's been hard to find anything like super spectacular to trade. So market's just kind of biding its time, hopefully making some bases. I don't see, there's not too much that's super interesting. You got, silver kind of coming off the highs. INSG's basing, that's a good one. You can write down some ones that are basing, looking for future movement maybe. INSG has pocket pivots and is a cup base so far. Genus is just dead. Peloton looks like it's coming to a possible supportive trend line if you're into that. ServiceNow, ServiceNow gapping down on earnings. Little gap and then more of a run after that. So down about 5% at the moment. Signature Bank, Lithium Motors, INMD, Carvana's already gone. Nikola sucks. AMT. NCLH not getting bullish yet. Polaris gap up on earnings, no momentum yet. PFPT, possible long-term turnaround play. And still holding up near the level. Dynatrace, recent IPO. Manitowoc, not too bad, but past couple of years hasn't been too good. That one's hard to for me to get behind that one. Space pulling in. MED holding pretty tight. No real base to speak of yet, but doing okay. UAL, let's look at our buddy UAL. Doesn't look like it's wanting to. Doesn't look like it's taking the happy pills yet. Micron with a semblance of a base. Not quite sure what it is though. Coop looks excellent. KNDI, what's that one? They EV Maker too. BLD looks like a cup in all-time highs with earnings coming up. 8.4, 8.4 before market, bucking the trend. Bucking the trend. Interesting. Not sure if I'm interested though. Square down here somewhere. Where'd Square go? There it is. Market brings to market America's most affordable pure electric automobiles. Oh, what's a KNDI? Okay, so they had their big thing a couple days ago. Candy America sets U.S. launch of two electric vehicles. Crazy. Here we go. Candy says K27 model priced at 13 after federal tax credits. K23. Let's take a look. You know, it's got to be Elon's got to feel very good. Holy crap, that's ugly. Or is their web? I type in Candy, their website doesn't even pop up. Oh. And I still can't find their cars. Candy America, solid sixth on Google. See, this is a Europe car. This is not an America car. I'm sorry. Why are you doing this to yourself? Ugh. 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 You know what? This looks like a great car. God, your wife must just be ugly. As horrible as that is to say, that's just what I think. I'm like, your wife just must be ugly as all get out. Right, Mel? Why would you put this in the world? Out of everything, out of every line you can draw on a piece of paper. Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth a lot. See, at least this one's manageable. You don't have. It looks like somebody with an overbite is that other car. I just don't understand. Why would you do this to people? Do you like the other one over this one? Really? Your wife must have an underbite or an overbite? Overbite. Overbite? Underbite. I don't know. Oh, sorry. It's an allergic reaction to crap. And your gross vehicle weight is still 4,000 pounds. Yeah, I'd rather have the 50s London car. I agree with you, Rob. I'd rather have the 50s London car. This looks like they had two car designs and they couldn't figure out what they wanted to do and they just merged both of them. See, if they would have just gone with this car design at the bottom, they'd have been okay. But then they added this one because the owner's wife really thought it was great. This is the one that the auto manufacturer, or I'm sorry, the auto designers wanted right here. This is the one the auto designers wanted. This is the one the wife really liked. Right there. You know what? Just stack them. What do you mean, Jim? Just stack them. Just stack them. I don't understand. Okay, well, take the bumper of that car, put it on top of the bumper of the other car. What? Jim, what? What? Just do it. Fine. Okay, fine, Jim. Fine, I'll do it. Ah, horrible. You know, the sad thing is someone's going to buy this. If people buy this car, you know what, all of us here, we're starting an electric car company. If people buy this car in the United States of America, we're just going to start our own car company. There's no reason not to. The bar is so low. We can IPO. Let's put together a website, okay? We'll IPO. We'll go ahead we'll go ahead and buy some of those Segways for 400 bucks and we'll make a car out of it and that'll be our prototype. And then we can get 2 billion dollars in seed money and actually develop a car that looks, I don't know if I want to go better than this. Anyway, you get the picture. This is the dumbest thing in the world. Do not invest in this business. I'm not one for like investor activism, but in this case I take an exception. This car shall never see the light of day. Although I do like this little window. My Sienna has this little window. It's actually pretty handy. Yeah, I don't mind it. Everything else though I mind. It's horrible. Get off my screen. No more talk of candy. No more talk of candy of any kind. Of any kind in this chat room. I forbode it. Forbid it. I forbid it. If you talk about Twix candy bars, you're banned. Nothing to do with candy ever again. None of you can ever have candy ever again. Man, that is an offensive looking vehicle. Rob, you're banned. Rob, you're banned. Net 1.47%. NASDAQ down 1.12. Soxel. Hi, Soxel. Soxel's doing fine. Soxel's doing great. Yeah, right, Rob? Tell you, man, Elon's a cool kid. Everybody wants to be like Elon. You know, there's other copycat companies. You got Nikola, Rivian, Thou That Shall Not Be Named now. All these other ones. Yeah, the problem is it's an IPO war, but it's kind of like all the American colonies, although they're not really colonies, I guess they're like territories, trying to fight the United States and take over. Probably not going to be very successful. Puerto Rico and American Samoa were like, all right, we can do this. It's like, no, you can't. You actually can't do this. Volkswagen may be able to do it, but we shall see. Portland? Is Portland now trying to take over America? See, they're actually in America. They may have a chance by spreading whatever they do in Portland, which is weird. There's a show called Portlandia, which was interesting. That's my knowledge of Portland is from Portlandia. So apparently lots of hippie bookstores. Take over the sidewalk. What did the sidewalk do? All right, KG. It's not looking too bad. Rocks. D-Dog had a retracement here this morning. See, Candy even cost us some D-Dog. Oh, sorry, thou that shall not be named. Damn, I have to ban myself now. This is going to be confusing. AMD looking just very excellent. Super great in this area. Later, Rob. All right, Rob, you take over. A rule's a rule. Damn it. Could buy silver just down 10%. Could just buy it. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to buy it because it's down 10%. I have to sing it? Oh, is that the rule? Okay, it looks like we need to make some laws regarding this thou that shall not be named company. I'm not sure if Randy's singing is gonna make anything good happen. NIO down 2-6. Oh, oh, trying to get it, trying to catch it. There we go. 0.91. Do I actually have to sing? I don't think I have my singing voice with me today. Generac extending its lead here today. Go Generators. All right, thanks, Rob. Hands not feeling the singing. Normally I would, I don't mind. Ugh. Kind of want to go on a bike ride this morning. I should mow my yard. It's looking pretty ragged. Hard to do anything when it's 115 outside. Restoration Hardware, nice and tight. Oak not too bad. AMD impressive. AMD super impressive. They're not letting this one go. So AMD had a big rally here, big rally here. Each time I had a pretty large move in to form the base. I don't know when we're going to get that in AMD. We'll see if the rest of the market takes a dump or not, but yeah, it's about 90 at night. Yeah. I have to do it in Chipmunk and then ASMR voice. Well, to do Chipmunk voice, I would have to have my bad USB cable, which I threw away. So I'm not sure if that's particularly an option. I could try to get some audio synthesizer and just try to make that'd be kind of fun to do. Get an audio synthesizer and just go, hey, just make really weird sounds and voices. And be looking great, man. Not giving up any ground. Small drop this morning to get some cheap AMD and then already back into new highs. Pretty impressive. Even with the markets down 1%, AMD up almost 2. Yeah, really not a whole lot on the plate right now to be picking from, unfortunately. Bitcoin even kind of took it a little bit on the chin, about 1%. We just had a nice bottoming candle right there. So Bitcoin daily looking great. That could be good, but AMD just onward and upward from here, guys. Yeah, looking really great. 1.1 for the Nasdaq. We start undercutting this trend line here. Our Bollinger Bands are tight again. That's interesting. I didn't notice that the past couple of days. Bollinger Bands tightening up. So we've been chopping sideways, but the momentum and the time we've been sideways is such that it's causing us to get super tight. That's pretty tight with Bollinger Bands on the Nasdaq. Or if there's any kind of indicator for that, that'd be kind of neat. So there's last time we were pretty tight. It looks like right there before the coronavirus ultimate pop up and then ultimate decline. Here as well, we started riding the top of it, tested the lower Bollinger Band, and started riding the top of it all the way up through. Well, I guess we'll see if that's the case here. If you start breaking lower and riding the lower Bollinger Band, you may get a ride of the lower Bollinger Band, so maybe a lot more corrective action. So here's the situation. We were very tight over here. This is 2019. And we dropped lower for a few days. This was that choppy area after the bear market. Yeah, we definitely started chopping around here. So definitely can't discount market like this for the next couple of months into the election. Like I said, we're coming up on August, September, October, and then November. So 4 months away. We're 4 months away from the vote day. Because when was the last time we saw? Let's go back to 2016. I wonder, and I don't know. I wonder what that. Let's go back 20 years here on the NQ. Let's go to 2016. See if we had any kind of sign with voting. So here's November, somewhere in here. I don't know exactly. When's the voting date? November 20 something? Or is that just Thanksgiving? Isn't it November 10th? There's the 9th. There's the 10th. So maybe it was. Let me Google it real quick. November 8th. Okay, so yep, that makes more sense. That is the big. Okay, so we were flat since April, a little bit flat here since about April 12th or August 12th. That's 2 weeks away. So 7:30 would be right. This green or this red day was on a weekend. So yeah, I mean we could go choppy sideways for the next coming months. Um, yeah. How about before that? I mean that one was pretty much sure Obama was getting reelected. So I don't know if we're gonna have much of a reaction on that one. 2012. Yeah, so kind of moving up into the election. October, November. Yeah, it didn't do anything. Everyone knew Obama was getting reelected. Let's go 2008, which there may have been other concerns at the moment, so the election probably wasn't really on the mind of everyone. So that doesn't really count. 2016, you can see we were choppy into it. How about 2004, which was Bush getting reelected? That was also pretty easy. So not much reaction there. How about 2000? That was probably like the last really. That's funny. And also, what was going on in 2000? Well, the market was in Super Bowl mode. So, all right. So we don't really have anything to go off of except for September or 2016, and we did consolidate for a long time. So we consolidated through into the election, and then you got a post-election bull market rally, which is fairly standard. So that's what we did last time around. This time, I can't say that it looks certain for a Trump reelection, although it's hard to remove an incumbent president. But so we definitely could go choppy. Definitely could go choppy. Can't say that is not a possibility from here. So it could be weird garbage trading for the next several months. Maybe we'll have to get better at doing ASMR chipmunk voices. Let it go. Let it go. Like a storm on a great big shore. Let it go. Let it go. Does that work? Can we do that? Was that chipmunky? It's kind of chipmunky. Work it down.
1.25%.
I think I lost everyone. Probably lost everyone right now. No chipmunk ASMR voice. Okay, future note. Note to self. Peloton now down 5%. Stopped at the trend line. Could that be a trend line buy? Could be a trend line buy. Are you going to buy it at the trend line? Who knows? But it could be a trend line buy. All right, earnings on Peloton on 8.5. I'd be waiting for a bounce here on the pitons. All right, guys, I think I may call it an early day today, unless you guys have anything super you guys want to talk about other than ASMR chipmunk voices. It's pretty boring. 1.2. Hopefully, we don't get too boring, if you know what I'm saying. And I guess that would be exciting if we ended up dropping. NIO down 4%. All right, let's get going. Get going, spicy bastard. What research? What do I need research on DXY for? That's what you're here. That's why we got you, Mel. You're our DXY guy. We did break our trend line there though on the Dixie. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of research in terms. I was actually thinking about it. I'm like, okay, let's say we get super inflationary. Assets start rising in prices. I know we were talking about, I'm not sure if it was here or somewhere else, we were talking about trading FX. I don't know. I'm not comfortable with that. I just have to be honest. I'm not really comfortable with that. I don't follow it closely enough. I trade enough asset types, classes, and sectors as it is. I don't know if I want to add currencies to the mix. If I did, it would have to be. I mean, I would maybe short a DXY on this trend line and hold it for a long time and just put a stop up here and just never look at it for except for once a week. I'd have to do something like that because it's just too much. What I was thinking though is if things do get hyperinflated and say housing prices really start booming, um, probably timing the sale of my house similar to what I did last time, although I don't know if it'll be as clear. And then somehow, you know, I don't know what I would do exactly with those funds, but yeah, then I would eventually roll that into something else. I'd probably rebuy my house back. I'm thinking along lines like that. Like I don't know what form we're what form we're gonna get. We may not get anything for 10 or 15 years. So yeah, it's a interesting problem to have. Definitely is an interesting issue. Yeah, FX for me, I would have to wait tremendously long periods of time, tremendously long periods of time for entrances and exits and things of that nature. All right, so market. I don't think we've had any additional distribution days. Let's take a look. GDP makes history, huh? Really gonna shove that in my face every single time? Oh, I can't view the Nasdaq chart. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't see a. It's I don't think. Yeah, no distribution days there. And I guess this would be a distribution day. This would be a sixth distribution day on the on the S&P. That is a distribution day. So that'd be 2 days ago. Was an additional distribution day. Oh, distribution arrows? Yeah. Yeah, we could probably do that actually. But we got a distribution day the other day. That puts us relatively high in terms of distribution days. These two chip stocks spiked 10%. Qualcomm. Gotcha. Hmm. Hmm. Losing money firm into a hundred billion dollar powerhouse. See, guys like that deserve their CEO money. When you actually do something that's pretty good. Oh, okay. So we learned from Jack Welch. Wow. He ran GE's silicone business, which had been lagging for a decade. He learned an underground fire at its landfill had been raging for 4 months. It's expected to continue another four. He also learned production was about to shut down. That's funny. I refused to accept the excuses and suddenly solutions were found. Imagine that. Gotcha. Well, good for this guy. Guy actually did some good work, not just a caretaker CEO making $100 billion or $100 million. I wonder what he makes though. He sounds like he earns it. Good for him. Li Auto raises 1.1 billion amid electric stock frenzy. Here's another one. But I don't see the stock symbol. Oh, LI. Start trading on Thursday on LI. I bet you that is the symbol for lithium, isn't it? It's supposed to be trading. Today's Thursday, right? Guess it's not. All right. The company already produces and sells electric vehicles. Extended range vehicles in China. Gotcha. Hyliion agreed to merge with Tortoise Acquisition. Will trade under the ticker Hyliion. Hyliion. Man, everyone is just jumping on this. Distribution day count? Sorry, Rob, missed your question. I don't know. I don't actually have access to the big picture right now. My subscription lapsed and um, I don't have access to it. Let's see if I can hack my way in. I doubt it. They're probably smarter than that, but you never know. It is IBD. I hate saying that because I love IBD, but login slide, delete that. Form slide, we'll delete that. And we'll delete that. And yep, they're smart. They took out the content prior to. Or did they? Now I'm just hacking. Hmm. Looks like they took out a bunch of stuff. All right. Yeah, I need to re-up my subscription. But I think we're still at 6 though. 5 or 6 on the S&P. 4 on the Nasdaq, I believe. What's that? UCTT? Ultra clean something or other? And then QCOM, I think you already mentioned that one, Rob. That's up pretty good on earnings. Yeah, it looks like it's still going. PayPal, AVTR. AVTR, that's a nice one. Look at that. That is a breakout, son. What is this one? Leading global provider of mission critical products in the life sciences. Biopharma healthcare applied technology from scientific discovery to scale up and commercialize delivery. Most recognized and trusted global providers of products and services to life sciences and advanced technology industries. Each of our core offerings were ideally situated to support breakthrough and life-changing biologics, with a portfolio that is used in virtually every stage of our customers' most important research, development, and production activities. Rob, your band. Fortune 500 represent two-thirds of the U.S. GDP and employ 29.2 million people. Okay, so they're supporting science and apparently doing a good job at it. Corona murdered them from 18 down to 6. Now they're breaking out from a nice cup and handle base. Damn it. An actual base. Look at that. How about on the weekly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's your handle. Ugh. Well, can't do much about it anyways because of earnings. So I guess if you liked it, this actually I'm keep putting this on here. Believe it or not, we actually did something good on the stream today. Look at that volume, man. That is spectacular. All this volume on the right side here. Boom, boom, boom. Beautiful 4 days right there. Two more beautiful days following. And then two pocket pivots, three pocket pivots, and then earnings. And you get a beautiful 11% jump up. That's absolutely great. It's only 16% deep too. That is as shallow a cup and handle as you can have. 15% will make it a flat base. So that is nice. The question is whether it is going, I mean, like how much gusto does it have? 14 to 19. And get my IBD subscription back today. Beautiful. That is beautiful. Best thing I've seen all day today. Love it. Talk about Visa chasing a buy pro. Let's take a look at Visa. That's right. Visa's in a base too, isn't it? Yeah, baby. Not having a great day today. Visa's in a nice base. Let's talk about MasterCard. MasterCard also in a base. These guys just mirror each other. Period. So cool. All right. All right. NASDAQ down point, basically 1%. AMD doing good, holding up nicely. D-Dog doing pretty decent up here, although stalling a little bit. Very, very lazy day today, guys. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a good day. Keep an eye on AVTR. Need to learn more about that bad boy. All right, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.